So, the day after we signed Morgan Gibbs-White for a record transfer fee, a signing I'm incredibly excited about. Forest did go and draw 1-1 away at Everton. This is my match review of it. If it's a 3 PM kickoff away from home, then it has to be a match review for my coverage this season. I think the overall feeling from this game is frustration, only because we scored with 9 minutes to go and we couldn't hold on. But overall, I think it is a fair point. You look at the stats, evenly matched game, possession, we had a bit more of it, they had more shots, they did have more on target, even amount of passes and pass accuracy, it's all very, very evenly matched, so therefore I think a point is fair. But I just think, looking at Everton's situation, I think it was a golden opportunity for us, and not just that, but I think the fixtures we have after this, Tottenham and Man City, 2 wins going into that would have been better than a win and a draw. But still, I think in our situation, our goal is to stay up. Any point is absolutely vital. So looking at the team that we played, obviously we didn't have Niakate, so we put Cook back in. Played very well. I only watched a very small portion of this game because the whole reason why this is not a match reaction, like I've said before, is because 3 PM games in this country are not streamed. That is not available unless you find a dodgy website, which I do find, and then they just crash, so I can't watch them. So I have to spend most of the game going back in time listening to it on a radio, which, I mean, no disrespect to radios, but not quite the same. I think the bench was a major plus for today. The fact that there's not one player there, maybe besides Mighton, that you look at and think, I'm not sure about him. Everyone else on there, yes. Absolutely, because I mean, if we can go back, look at the benches that we had. I mean, I don't know what kind of bench it is. They're all wooden, but don't say that joke, David. That's horrific. But look at the bench that we had against West Ham. Okay, we had Mbiso, Cafu. He actually wasn't available today because he had a child. So congratulations to Cafu and his wife. Lyle Taylor, Ollie Hammond. Ollie Hammond's a good player, but he's not really. Shouldn't really be in this situation, should he? Looking at Newcastle, I mean, it was even worse, wasn't it? Actually, it was pretty similar, to be honest. Obviously we have less players than what we have now, but still, bench was pretty damn weak with only a few players there that can actually make a difference. You look at this, that is a huge amount of firepower. Some of those players that are on the bench is luxury, and we're a newly promoted side, and this is why I'm so excited. You look at Norwich, they come up. Their starting 11 isn't good enough, and their bench is even worse. You look at us, our starting 11 has a huge amount of quality in it, and the bench has a huge amount of quality on it as well. And it's not perfect, okay, but that is hugely encouraging. We saw Yates return, Kouyaté come on, and Morgan Gibbs-White. Now, I have seen the highlights. Gibbs-White looked fantastic, very, very lively. Exactly what you expect from him. Runs at the defence, causes problems. I remember there was a highlight on Sky where he just completely mugged off I think it was Patterson, I'm not sure who it was, but mugged off one of their players, and I just can't even comprehend that we signed someone of his calibre. I mean, Bray, shout out to him, he pointed it out on Twitter how I signed Gibbs-White and Henderson on my FIFA 25 career mode a few years ago, back when I thought FIFA was a good source of content. I quite quickly realised it wasn't, and he was an absolute star for me in that save. In fact, I signed Henderson on another series, but the point is, I signed Gibbs-White with Forest, and he was absolutely class. And fast forward a few years, he terrorises Forest for Sheffield United and Wolves last year, and now we've signed him, and he's on number 10, and he looks absolutely outstanding. And Yates, yet again, showing why people are disrespecting him too much. I know he's signed a load of excellent quality players, but Yatesy has his place, and he's only going to get better. He's been named vice-captain for a reason. He's clearly going to get lots of game time, and he deserves to start, but then you ask the question, who the hell do you drop out? I mean, you got Freuler on the bench, and Dennis didn't even come on. I'm looking forward to seeing those two come on. I think Kouyaté is going to be used more of a centre-back, to be honest. I mean, he was down as a backup centre-back, only I believe he came on as a midfielder today, and it was only for the last few minutes. The point is, I don't think it's quite as difficult for Yates as some people make out. We've still got Cole back, somehow to get into this team in some form, as well as Nick Carter, who obviously he'll come back in straight away and will probably come in for Cook. But I want to talk about that. I've seen people slating Wall, and I'm not in the Wall out brigade. I love Joe Wall, who doesn't? I mean, got a poster of him right there, one of our own, but because he's one of our own, doesn't mean he's got the foregone conclusion to play. So therefore, I'm just thinking, would it be worth dropping Wall? Would it be worth doing that? Just for a few games? Like, some people, and this is incredibly extreme and incredibly harsh, but I've seen a handful of people saying sell him. Come on, please don't be like that. Okay, maybe you could say he's not quick enough. And I can see why you say that. I totally agree, okay? I agree with you there. He's still a great defender. He's still a great defender. But I think Wall's issue right now, whether he's fast or not, is his complacency. And as captain, I think he should know better than that. But I just feel like Joe, he never, ever gets substituted. And he only doesn't play unless he's injured, really. So therefore, it's like he just knows he's going to play. He's obviously going to work just as hard as the other lads, but he kind of knows he's just not going to come off. And I just feel like if we were to drop him for a few games, it won't only yet again show that Cooper has massive courage to drop his captain, that he's not afraid to drop anyone. And that's exactly the kind of manager you want. But it will also G Wall up. I think in time, put him back into the side. But if you drop him and put him back in, he'll do better, 100%. And we saw it with Samba last season. Samba, okay, it was slightly different. He got sent off, but he didn't come straight back in. And when he came straight back in, and then when he did come back in, he was even better, wasn't he? So I think maybe you could do that with Wall. However, if he did play against Spurs, I wouldn't cry. Okay, so according to Steve Cooper after this Everton match, he said that Nick Carter is going to be out for a few months, which is terrible. However, is that just a Cooper terminology again? And he's just going to be back within a few weeks. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you very soon. Good result. Frustrating, but we'll take it. On to Spurs. There'll be videos throughout the week, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.